What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Alright guys, today I'm going to talk about reprints. I don't do a lot of list videos on my channel, but one thing I will say is, and I think this is getting kind of swept under the rug because so many people are very enthusiastic about, just the buzz around the new format, and people who have played in this format, they're really enthralled, they're liking it so much, field presence is back and everything like that. But one thing that I think a lot of people aren't really noticing is that the price of this game is slowly creeping back up. I don't know. I mean, like, Xyzs are really starting to get expensive when you look at, Gear Giant X, Photon Strike Bouncer, Shockmaster. I mean, these cards are starting to be $50, $60, $80, and a lot of times you need multiple ones of them. So, it's starting to, like, slowly see this game's getting a little expensive. So, today, I just basically made a list of the top 5 cards that I believe need reprints. Now, even though I listed those cards, a lot of those are relatively new. So basically, for this list, I disqualified Return of the Duelist, Galactic Overlord, and, any card that really hasn't been out like 4 months. So I didn't put Shockmaster in this. But anyways, to start my list, number 5, I've got Wind Up Shark. Wind Up Shark is one of those cards where I feel like Wind Ups almost have enough to where they could make like a Wind Up structure deck and like print the entire thing as common. Like it's so irritating with Wind Up Shark because when Wind Ups were really good and hyped at the beginning of last format, it was like a $15 card. And then, it slowly was around $9. And then after people stopped playing wind-ups and, the ban list came out. I mean, this sucker dropped to like $3 on eBay. And I was like, maybe I should put my wind-up shark setup, 3 for 10. And now I look and, wind-ups or wind-up sharks back up to like $14. And it's like, wow, this is just a complete roller coaster. So I believe that, it should either be like one of the special edition promos or in one of these big sets that Konami is always coming out, like Battle Pack, just make it like a common or something like that. You know what I mean? Because the card seems like it's always around 15 bucks when windups are good. Number 4, Rescue Rabbit. This one is pretty obvious. I mean, it's like Konami basically, they were like, all right, we're gonna give you the cake and we're gonna put icing on it and we're gonna make it all nice, but we're not just gonna let you eat it for free. It's like they reprinted Lakia, they reprinted Doka. I mean, they've reprinted every single thing good in Photon Shockwave outside of Rescue Rabbit. It's like, why not just go all in? I've checked prices recently. This card's still running about $45 a pop. So, the deck is completely budget outside of the one Rescue Rabbit. You know what I mean? Tour Guy got reprinted and everything. I just feel like Rescue Rabbit is just screaming to be a super rare card right now. I think that they just need to just go ahead and, make Dino Rabbit officially a budget deck. You already made the Xyzs cheap. Doka used to be $60. Just go ahead and reprint it. Number 3, one of the ones that is just mind-boggling why this has not got a reprint yet. Maybe it should have been higher on my list. Infernity Barrier. Some people probably weren't even playing when the card came out. Like, they might not even remember the Infernity's set. Something with darkness. Shining Darkness, yes. This freaking archetype, that set is so old. I mean, Infernities came out at least 2 years ago, right? And the thing about Infernity Barrier, since they printed it secret, the card has never dropped under $25 ever. Like, it doesn't seem to matter how bad Infernities are. Like, the fact that you need 3 of them to run pretty much any variant of the deck. The fact that it's never been printed outside of Secret Rare. It's like the value on the card just refuses to drop. It really does suck when you think, oh, I want to play Infernities, but I don't want to have to drop $75 for some barriers for a deck that might not even be tier 3. I mean, come on, like this needs to be a common. They could have squeezed this into Battle Pack. They could have squeezed, even though it'd be horrible for a sealed draft. They could have put it somewhere. I mean, Gold Series, oh my goodness, it would have been great as a Gold Series card. Number 2, Karakuri Burei. Coming out of Star Strike Blast, they reprinted the wrong Karakuri Synchro and Gold Series this year. They reprinted Burrito, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, no! Burei, the card I mean, at the lowest, I saw it with like $14, but for the most part, it's really retained its value well. Much like Glow Up Bulb before it got banned. It's just like a lot of good cards that were in Star Strike Blast for some reason just don't seem to lose their value. And I mean, anytime Karakuris are played, you're gonna see this guy at like $20. And now that people are playing Yugioh Karakuri, you know, you're seeing them at $20, $21. And the thing about Burei is, it's always a card that you're going to have, you know, have to play like multiples. I can't think of a Karakuri deck or any type of variant that didn't play at least 2 Bureis. Sometimes you can get away with 1 Burei though, but you know, Burei's always an investment where you're gonna need 2. So I mean, it's like, who wants to really drop $40 just for a couple of extra deck spots? My number 1 card, this one should be obvious. It's Maxx. I saw, you know, everybody was so happy about the Effect Veiler reprint. It took about a $20 card, made it like $3, and then it obviously rose a little bit. Maxx might be the biggest fluctuation in Yu-Gi-Oh pricing I've ever seen in my entire life. People don't realize when Storm of Ragnarok first came out, nobody was even, Maxx wasn't even on people's radar. It was like a $12 card. And then you saw at like its complete hype, you know, last format, the sucker went to like $100. It was insane. And you've seen times where everybody's like, oh, don't play Maxx, play Veiler once priority left. And, you know, the card dropped to like $30. But now you're starting to see Maxx is slowly creeping as I guess players are starting to become more doubtful about that reprint everybody just assumed. And you're starting to see Maxx start creeping up at like $60 again. So, you know, at one point, Maxx was like, nobody wanted it. It's a weird card where it and Veiler kind of have, like Doom Caliber and Thunder King, like they kind of seem like they rotate based on the format. And again, Maxx, since it's only been printed once, it's one of those cards where if you blink, you could easily wake up, then the next day, Maxx is like $90 because it's only been printed once. So Maxx is definitely the number 1 card. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I didn't put any Return of the Duelist cards on here, so don't, you know, say anything about Grand Soil or Gear Giant X or anything like that. But let me know if there's some cards you guys think I missed. Talk to you later.